Look, very nice talk today between the prime minister and the president, but there is so much work to do. India, as President Trump says, is a very hard place to do business for foreign companies, for U.S. companies. India, President Trump has said that Prime Minister Modi is the king of tariffs. The U.S. has all of the leverage here economically. The U.S. is India's #1 trading partner. India is only the U.S.'s 10th trading partner. So there is a long ways to go to see whether or not there can be a level playing field, whether there can be this mega agreement, this mega prosperity that's going to come from the two countries. Look, the U.S. doesn't have a free trade agreement with India because it would be impossible to have one, given India's structure when it comes to tariff, when it comes to taxes, when it comes to foreign ownership restrictions, when it comes to all the protections that are in place. So, look, really nice talk today. Let's see what happens, but I remain somewhat skeptical that we're going to see this mega partnership come out of nowhere.
Right, but on the table, Steve, to just circumvent the tariff discussion, India has said, look, we will bridge the gap with more purchases of LNG, more purchases of nuclear reactors, SMRs, basically small modular reactors, more purchases of defense equipment. And, India is already buying about, I think, $20 billion of oil from the U.S. And so isn't that a constructive way to have a stronger relationship, bilateral relationship with Trump, because you are putting out something on the table, more like a sweetener. And by the way, India has also relaxed some of the tariffs going into this meeting, whether it's lithium-ion batteries, whether it's on luxury cars, high-end motorcycles like Harley-Davidson. So India has been a bit proactive and forthcoming in meeting halfway the Trump administration on this issue.
Look, I mean, the Trump administration and America First policy very strongly believes that you look at the trade balance between the U.S. and its partners, and if there is not a balance, then it needs to be fixed. The trade deficit that the United States has with India is over $45 billion and growing every year. Now, what you say, of course, makes perfect sense, and that India is going to try and lower some of its tariffs. India is going to try and buy more oil and LNG and defense equipment and the like from the United States, but there's only so much of it can buy. And so what we need to watch is whether that is going to be enough for the Trump administration. Will it work? I mean, we look at the track record right now, and the Trump administration is hammering its closest partners, Canada and Mexico, who they have a free trade agreement with tariffs. And they were imposed, and they were delayed, and now more tariffs are coming. So I think you really have to look at what's going to happen down the road. Look at the track record of the Trump administration. Look at what underpins an America First foreign policy and say, will India be an exception to that? And look, maybe India will be an exception to that. We have Howdy Modi and Namaste Trump. Maybe it'll work for India.